Summer anime is coming faster than we can keep up. But it's not gonna stop us from making these videos.
Because I can't read.
It felt like just yesterday we were suggesting anime to look out for during the spring season. But I've been saying that since COVID made most of us turn into cavemen living in our parents' basements. Huh, guess nothing's changed. To preface, the summer unfortunately doesn't have as many good anime to get excited for the season. But that doesn't mean there's no good anime to watch. I mean, just look at the amount of sequels there are. If you're an older fan of anime, or you're like me and binge watched a lot of anime during COVID because you became a NEET, this is your season. Overlord, Season 4. To start us off, we have the 4th season of Overlord. We've only watched the anime and haven't touched the manga or light novel, so our opinion is going to be a bit biased. We're not very big fans of Overlord.
You what?
Especially not after the snooze fest that was Season 2, where all they did was talk for 13 episodes. Nevertheless, we're already 3 seasons in and too far off the deep end to not watch the 4th season out of obligation. Although, people have been hyping it up, so I'm expecting something a bit more tasteful this season. If you're like us and 3 seasons deep already, why not watch the 4th? It's not like a 4th season could be that bad, right? Ha 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 ha. The Devil is a Part-Timer, Season 2. Fans have been waiting for a 2nd season of this for almost 10 years. In that time, you could finish a college degree, find a girlfriend, get married, have 3 kids and a dog, and catch up on One Piece. But let's be real here. If you're watching this video, you're probably fat and ugly, so the only thing you really could do is watch One Piece. Based off the trailer, it looks like the anime will continue from Season 1 with the voice actors reprising their roles and the addition of one new character, the baby. I highly recommend checking this anime out as it's a certified hood classic and it'll most likely be a banger. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Season 4. I know the Danmachi anime doesn't exactly follow how the light novel was written and gives off a different vibe than what the author originally intended, but I kinda like the anime. I can't help but enjoy the trash elements that the anime decided to adapt, including Belle's harem. I think liking trash is in my genetics. From watching the trailer, the 4th season is looking pretty good and it reminded me why I like the anime so much in the first place. The story is great, the character designs are nice, and the fights get me hyped up. So if you like Danmachi, this is obviously a must watch. If you're on the fence or new to the series, I would give the series a try. Classroom of the Elite, Season 2. A lot of people were doubting that there was ever going to be a 2nd season because of the way the anime misadapted the light novel. And now all those guys look like fucking idiots cause we're getting a 2nd season, baby! Not only was Season 2 announced, but Season 3 as well for 2023. And not only that, but according to this Twitter post, Year 1 will be fully adapted with the 3rd season. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the anime original parts and to see whether or not they spin it back to the light novel or go on with the anime original. I personally enjoyed the 1st season, so this is a definite watch in my book. And even if you're new to the series, it's really easy to get into and has a banger opening.
Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 2. We've already made a video on Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 2, so there's not too much we want to add. Except that if you ever have a moment of self-doubt, just watch Kazuya. You'll know for a fact that there's no doing worse than him. So, if you like dumpster diving and eating from the trash can too, go watch Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 2. My Isekai Life. My Isekai Life, as the title suggests, is one of the shows that's filling the Isekai quota we expect every season. We follow Yuji Sano, a black company employee. For those of you who don't know, black companies are basically corporations that have very exploitative working conditions and or toxic company culture. So imagine working at a Walmart, but the Karen yelling at you is your boss.
Hey boss.
Yuji finds out his new ability is monster taming, which is apparently a shit skill to have if you want to be an adventurer. But all hope is not lost. Thanks to some slimes he meets, who apparently can read, have read several magic books, and now he's the one who gets the magic powers from those books. But wait, let me get this straight. He uses his monster tamer ability to recruit some slimes, then he reaps all their hard work? That just sounds like America, except now he's the Karen at Walmart. If you can still stomach more isekai in your life, this might be an okay watch. Maid in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun. Maid in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun is the 2nd season and 3rd installment of the Maid in Abyss series. This is one of those series I don't know how to feel about. On one hand, it features an incredible soundtrack, amazing world building, a lovable cast, and an adventure to die for, you could say. On the other hand, you have 2 kids basically going through the Pain Olympics in the Australian outback. The first season focuses a lot on the adventure to and into the abyss, as well as how unforgiving an environment it is. The second season looks like it'll be more about Reg and his backstory, so if you like this series or are interested in it, this should be on your to-watch list. Though, I don't blame you if you don't want to continue watching this series. Harem and the Labyrinth of Another World. I swear on Alex's life, we've seen this before.
Hey!
Shut up, it's not your turn to speak. Anyway, I can almost guarantee you, this is not even worth your time. This looks so edgy and bad, I can almost taste it. Avoid this anime at all costs.
Call of the Night. Plagued by insomnia and wanderlust, Koyamori aimlessly wanders the streets at night looking for a purpose in life, something to live for. Then one night, he bumps into a vampire and finds exactly what he's looking for. Just based off the trailer alone, this anime looks amazing. It gives off that Monogatari vibe with those flashing colored panels and stylistic looks that you can't find anywhere else. It takes gyarus and vampires, two things which I like, and mixes them together to make a creature so seductive, you'll cream your pants on sight.
I'm having wet dreams now.
I've heard a lot of good things about the manga, and I'm super excited for this one. So I would recommend watching, or at least giving it a try to everybody that comes across this. Vermeil in Gold. A magician pushes through the magical world with the strongest disaster. God damn, that's a long title. If it ain't obvious from the title alone, this is a light novel. Wait, this is a manga? Oh god, the light novel titles are infecting the manga now. Anyway, the story is about a boy that goes by the name of Alto Goldfield, weird name, and he's on the verge of failing his summoning magic class and at risk of repeating the year. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. One day, he stumbles upon a grimoire and accidentally summons the powerful and once feared Big Titty Onesan Vermeil. She becomes Alto's familiar, and as a familiar, she requires magical energy from Alto on a daily basis. So they share a deeply passionate kiss every day. For the magical energy of course. Alto's childhood friend, Lilia Kudofate. Okay, that's it. What kind of names are these? Alto Goldfield? Lilia Kudofate? Cheryl Iridescence? Next thing you're gonna tell me, they have a beetle named Francois. Oh come on, what the fuck? This kinda has a interesting plot to it. And it's being produced by a new studio that's only other anime made is called 3 Seconds Later, He Turned Into a Beast. I'll bite the bullet and watch it for you guys and report back if it's actually interesting. No need to thank me, just doing my job. My stepmom's daughter is my ex. If your dumpster fire alarms aren't going off from just reading the title, you should go see a doctor. The story follows Mizuto, a middle schooler in a relationship with his girlfriend Yume. They one day decide to break up, and a couple years later, he ends up running into his ex-girlfriend in high school. When he gets home, he finds out his father got remarried to his ex-girlfriend's mother, and they end up becoming step-siblings.
You're not stuck, just move forward.
Sound familiar? Well, if it doesn't, you're lucky. They do the best they can to be on good terms in front of their parents, but they both agree that they'll never ever fall for each other ever again. We'll see how long that holds true. An anime has never sounded so mid, yet so intriguing at the same time. From what I can tell, this is a true dumpster fire, which is exactly my territory. So I'll be watching this and recommending you guys wait it out. When will Ayumu make his move? Ayumu Tanaka has a crush on Urushi Yaotome, the only other member in the school's shogi club. He promises to confess to her as soon as he can beat her in a match, but little does he realize, her mama ain't raised no bitch. She proves to be a tough opponent, but Ayumu isn't a quitter. If this sounds familiar to another anime, you're probably right. The author of this is the same guy that wrote Takagi-san, so you know this guy has some experience writing some good school rom-coms. And as you might know already, we do enjoy our rom-coms. So we'll be checking this one out and recommending you guys wait a few episodes first before dipping your toes in as well.
Engage Kiss. I don't really know too much about this one, but A1 Pictures is animating this, so at least the animation won't be too bad. From the trailer, it looks like we follow Shu Ogata, a guy with poor spending habits who's living the more broke than a college student lifestyle. But don't be fooled like I was. This guy, he actually has a job. He runs a small company to combat D-disasters. And no, he doesn't sell Viagra to fix those kinds of D-disasters. Look, it's not my fault they chose such a misleading name. Shu runs a small private military company, or PMC, which is tasked with dealing with D-disasters. This series seems like an okay watch, but I'm not expecting too much from it. Though, I am willing to give it a few episodes just to test the waters. Uncle from Another World. The story is about Takafumi Takaoka and his recently comatose uncle, Yosuke Shibazaki, who is now his new roommate. Yosuke, who at 17, was hit by a truck and put into a coma. He then wakes up 17 years later, and Takafumi discovers that his uncle was actually isekai'd with the magic and tsundere knowledge to prove it. This show presents a bit of a dangerous idea, cause now, if weebs want to get isekai'd by Truck-kun, you don't even have to die anymore. But on the other hand, this series looks like it could be a really fun watch, even though we're getting the part of an isekai nobody really cares about, the after getting home arc. But this one comes with a comedic spin. Plus, as an added bonus, Yosuke is voiced by Takehito Koyasu, so as JoJo fans, this show has become a must-watch. The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. This show gives off that The Way of the House Husband vibes, and I'm here for it. But unlike The Way of the House Husband, we'll hopefully be watching real animation and not well-edited slideshows. Kirishima Toru is the right-hand man to the boss of a crime family and known for his violent nature. But that all changes when he's assigned to babysit the boss's daughter.
Maiden?
This show is a comedy slice of life with a heartwarming tone to it, so if that kind of thing interests you, I'd say this show is worth giving a shot. I'll be giving it a few episodes and I'll see where that takes me. The maid I hired recently is mysterious. The Ara Ara is strong in this one. This show revolves around a recently orphaned young boy who meets a beautiful lady offering her services as a maid for free. With money low and loneliness at an all-time high, this was an impeccable offer he could not refuse, no matter how shady it was. This show does feature a bit of a weird dynamic, where we have Hayami Saori who plays the young boy, while Rie Takahashi will be the one playing the busty dark-skinned maid. The roles they're playing are pretty surprising since Hayami Saori is usually the one that plays the Ara Ara Onesan, while Rie Takahashi is the one that usually plays the kids. Although, with their experience, I'm sure they'll have no trouble taking on these roles. The concept of this anime looks pretty similar to the Duke of Death and his maid, where the maid is the one that's large and in charge. I like that one a lot, so I'll most likely be watching this one too. And that's pretty much most of the anime that's worth mentioning this season. It definitely seems like a good season with so many continuations and so many starts to highly anticipated shows. That's gonna be it for us now, so until next time, peace.